Hello everyone. Tonight we're going to be working on Module 4, Lesson 13, and we're going to multiply unit fractions by unit fractions. We're going to start off by reviewing what we learned about multiplying whole numbers by fractions, and then we're going to relate that to multiplying a fraction by a fraction. Let's take a look at this problem. Jan has 4 pans of Rice Krispie treats. She sends 1/2 of the pans to school with her children. How many pans of Rice Krispie treats does she send to school? Well, we know that she sends 1/2 of 4 pans to school, and that's the same as 1/2 times 4, which will equal 4 halves, and of course 4 halves in simplest form is 2. So she sends 2 pans to school. Okay, I've changed the problem very slightly. Jan has 2 pans of Rice Krispie treats. She sends 1/2 of the pans to school with her children. How many pans of Rice Krispie treats does she send to school? So this time our problem is, what is 1/2 of 2? And that is the same as 1/2 times 2, which equals 2 halves. And of course, that is 1. So she sends 1 pan of Rice Krispie treats to school. Now we've changed the problem again. Jan has 1 pan of Rice Krispie treats. She sends 1/2 of the pans to school with her children. How many pans of Rice Krispie treats does she send to school? So this time it is 1/2 of 1. And of course that is 1/2 times 1. And any number times 1 is itself. So she sends 1/2 pan to school with her children. Okay, now we're moving into the new part. Jan has 1/2 a pan of Rice Krispie treats. She sends 1/2 of the pans to school with her children. How many pans of Rice Krispie treats does she send to school? So this time we were trying to figure out what is 1/2 of 1/2. In other words, we are multiplying a unit fraction times a unit fraction. These are both unit fractions because they have 1 as the numerator, remember. Here are the problems that we just solved. I'd like you to take a look and see if you notice any patterns. So you may have noticed that each answer, 2 pans divided by 2 equals 1 pan divided by 2 equals 1/2. You may have noticed that the answer is getting smaller each time. One of our factors is smaller every time, and the other factor is staying the same. And that means that our product will get smaller every time. So I am predicting that this product is going to be the smallest of all because this is the smallest factor of all, 1/2. Back to the problem. We're going to start by using a rectangular fraction model to solve the problem. So I'm going to draw my hole. She has 1/2 pan of Rice Krispie treats, and I like the fact that they used a pan of Rice Krispie treats because a pan is rectangular. It's easy to picture this as being Rice Krispie treats. So here's 1/2 pan, and she sends 1/2 of that to school with her children. So I'm going to cut this in half, and this is where I need to know how much is that. If you look at my rectangular fraction model right now, you will see that I have 3 parts, but they are not all the same size. So I'm not working with a fraction. what I have to do is extend this half line across, and now I can see that my whole is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts, and I'm going to color in that 1/2 of 1/2, and that is 1 out of 4 parts that she sent to school. So 1/2 of 1/2 equals 1/2 times 1/2, and 1/2 times 1/2 equals 1/4. She sent 1/4 of a pan to school. Here is our first quiz problem. Jan has 1/3 of a pan of Rice Krispie treats. She sends 1/2 of it to school with her children. What fraction of a pan does she send to school? You can go back to the last slide and review how to do the rectangular fraction model if you need to. Of course, you can't draw the rectangular fraction model on the quiz, but I'd like you to draw one and then use that to answer the quiz problem. Let's take a look at this problem. Jan has 1/3 pan of Rice Krispie treats. She sends 1/4 of it to school with her children. How many pans of Rice Krispie treats does she send to school? So let's draw a rectangular fraction model. We're going to mark our whole, 1 whole pan, and she has only 1/3 of a pan left because they ate some last night. And she wants to send 1/4 of that to school. So I'm going to divide my 1/3 into a 1/4, and I'm going to extend all my lines all the way to the edge of the rectangular fraction model so I know what part of the whole she sent. And I'm going to show which part. So this is 1/3, and this is 1/4, and this part right here that she sent is 1 part, and there are now 12 total parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So she sent 1/12 pan to school. Now, when we're doing problems like this, it doesn't matter which of the fractions you do first or which orientation you use for your rectangular fraction model, because multiplication has the commutative property. So I could easily have, instead of doing the 1/3 first, I could have done the 4ths first, and then I could have done the 1/3 the other way. And here's 1/3. Here is 1/4. And I've still divided my whole up into a total of 12 parts. So my answer will still be 1/12. Here's our second quiz problem. You may be tired of hearing about Rice Krispies treats, so this one is a little different. A sales lot, or a car lot, is filled with vehicles for sale. 1/3 of the vehicles are pickup trucks, and 1/3 of the trucks are white. What fraction of all the vehicles are white pickup trucks? So I'd like you to draw a rectangular fraction model. On the quiz, I'd like you to write the expression that you have to solve and solve it to get your answer. Good luck, and I'll see you in class tomorrow.